Hello, welcome to Christina's Knitting Catch-Up episode 31. Today is Sunday the 20th of March 2016 and I'm at home in Canberra where it is sunny and a bit cloudy, and I think the light is going to come in and out today, so bear with me on that. So this is a knitting catch-up, a knitting podcast that is, and you can find us on Ravelry as Christina's Knitting Catch-Up. I'm on Ravelry as Chrisar and on Instagram as Cutiful Christina. And I sell yarn on Etsy under Cutiful Yarns. So that's me. Now we've got quite a few things to get through today since I took a week off last week. So I thought I would start with our knit-along wrap-up. So we had a knit-along which was to use stash yarn for a project, and that wrapped up on the 15th of March, so a few days ago now. And I've got a few prizes that I would like to show you again. So this is first prize. It's going to be this. Oh, that's backwards. Yeah, this little keychain that says yarn, and a lovely bag by Knit and Stitch Bits, Katie, who sent this for me to give away as a prize, and it's a lovely lined project bag. So that's going to be first prize, or some prize, doesn't matter really. The other prize is going to be this lovely skein of merino cashmere nylon from Fibre Webs, which is a yarn dyeing company local to me. Lovely. It's beautiful deep purple. And another prize is going to be a set of my minis, which are made on sock yarn, so 75% merino, 25% nylon, superwash base fingering. So that's another prize. So we had 25, oh no we didn't, we really had 24 entries, including mine, which I won't draw as a prize, but we've had mittens, shawls, lots of socks, some hats, some cowls, one little baby cardigan, a garland, a few more cowls, mittens, socks, mittens, shawl, that's lovely, and a hat. And I made a hat, as you probably remember. So I'm just looking at random.org and I'm going to generate a couple of numbers. So the first time I did this, it pulled out my number, so that was a bit embarrassing. Minimum 2, maximum 25. Result is 22, so 22 is going to win this, and it is the Needle Nuke who has won this. Let me see who this person is. They made a lovely pair of socks. That is the first one they've done with a Fish Lips Kiss Heel, which, as you all know, is my favourite. And this is Mary, who has won this first project bag, so I hope you really like that, Mary. I'll be in touch. No, actually, you be in touch with me and tell me your postage details. Okay, so the next number I'm going to generate is 18. Let me just go and have a look here. 18. Iryl, I-R-Y-L. I hoped for a scarf but had only enough yarn for a cowl, and they've made this beautiful rainbow cowl. So that is, and you have won this lovely Fibre Webs yarn, and this is going to Nana or Nana. So please get in touch with me and I will send this out to you. And the third one I wanted to draw is going to win these. So let's go to random number and generate 5. That's mine. So I'll generate again. And it's 13. So let's have a look. 17, 15, 14, 13. Danae Lynn, which is the fox socks, which are really cute. They're a colour work socks pattern with little foxes on them. And that's nice because she made a few entries actually. And so get in touch with me and I will send this out to you. There were a few people who put in several items, like Danae is that how you say your name? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. She put in a few. Yeah, simply Anka put it in a few, I think, or maybe only one. I can't see now. Iril put in a few, so it's nice to give her one. And yeah, so unfortunately not everybody got one, but get in touch with me if you're really unhappy that you didn't win, and I'll have a chat with you and see what we can do. So that's nice. Thanks everybody for participating in that. I hope that it encouraged you to use up some stash yarn and make something lovely and get inspiration from something that maybe had stopped inspiring you. I know that often you buy yarn, it's really exciting, you're pumped to use it, and then after a while you just don't use it, and then the magic is gone. But using old yarn, you can get the magic back just by using it, so it can be nice to use again. So I hope you enjoyed that little knit along. It's fun to see what everyone made. It was lovely. Okay, so on to my knitting. So I have finished these socks. Finally, I have finished them. They are done. I don't have sock blockers, so I'm just showing you. And the gradient turned out pretty well the same on both socks. And they fit my husband perfectly. So, oh, there's a little end. I can just cut that off. No, I can't. I can't see my snips. But anyway, all the ends are woven in. I just apparently haven't trimmed that one. So you can see that the gradient worked really well. Yeah. And I only had a tiny bit left of each colour, so yeah, very happy with that. They fit him extremely well, and he's been wearing them a lot, as I can tell. They're a little bit grubby. I don't know what else to say about these. These are vanilla socks. I cast on at the toe using Judy's Magic Cast On, which is fantastic. And I just increased up the foot because he has high arches, and then I did a fish lips kiss heel, which is looking a little bit loose actually. I might do a different heel on my next pair of socks. And I increased a little bit before the cuff as well, so that he could get it over his foot. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but this is looking a little bit loose. I don't have any holes, but yeah, I'm not that happy with that. So, I don't know, I might try and think of a new way to do a heel that is a bit stronger, or maybe I'll just hold yarn double for heels from now on. I think it works okay on socks for me, but maybe socks for him need to be a bit stronger because he's got bigger feet. He needs to kind of stretch them over his feet a bit more than me. So that was that. Another thing, you'll be very proud of me. This is what I've been working on. Ooh. I have been working on my fallow jumper. Got a lot of needles going on here. It's complicated. And I'll tell you for why. Firstly, oh, you can really see where I started a new skein. I'm not too worried about that because I soaked it a while back and a lot of dye came out of the water, out of the yarn. And also, I've been considering over-dyeing it a bit of a darker red anyway. So I'm not worried about the changing colour. It's also not as obvious in real life as it is on the screen. But anyway, so I did another entire pattern repeat. So now it's almost as long as this jumper, which is my favourite jumper. And that's to the underarms. So I'm very happy with that. Let me show you the pattern up close. Lovely, what's called Argyle design. And I am finding it easier than I used to. So last time I showed you, I had knit the sleeves flat and knit most of the body. So you're meant to knit the sleeves in the round from the bottom up. And I was worried they weren't going to be the right length because, you know, alpaca stretches and it's very hard to judge, essentially. So I did something really weird. I did a sort of provisional cast on and I knit about 1 inch, and then I joined a sleeve to the jumper. So now what I can do when I've knit the top half of the jumper is knit the sleeve down to the length I want. Instead of knitting it up to what we hope is the right length, I can knit it down to exactly the right length. And I've only done the one sleeve, so I sort of made a sleeve, joined it in, and now I have to make the other sleeve and join it in because I just didn't have enough needles. Because you need to put the bottom stitches on needles as well, so they're ready to knit down. Anyway, I've been using my Addi Click interchangeable needle set, which has been really helpful for this. So I'm up to putting in the other arm. I have divided for the neck, which is here, and yeah, so it's all a bit crazy, but I'm enjoying doing that because it's just the way I wanted to do it, and it's fun. So yeah, that's good. Next, I've started a couple of projects. First thing I started, it was just so that I had some knitting to run out the door with, is another pair of socks, and this is for my brother-in-law, Lewis, my husband's brother, who missed out at Christmas. You might remember I made a lot of socks for my family. Well, he missed out, so he's getting some now. Well, for his birthday actually, which is in July, but yeah, I'll give them to him then, but I'm starting them now. He's got big feet, so it'll take me a nice long time, and these are going to be my on-the-go projects, so I'm not knitting them at home, just on the go. So they're going to take a nice long while, and I've got a cut out so I know when to do the heel. You may remember I started some socks for my yoga teacher. The problem with them is that I don't have a cutout of her foot, and I want it to be a surprise, so I kind of have to wait until I go to yoga and to sort of look at her feet and compare them to my feet and do that. So I'm stalled on that a little bit, but we'll see how we go. And the last thing I've cast on is actually a blanket, and it is going to be a wedding present for my friend who's getting married at the end of July. There we are. So it's not huge yet, but when we got married, our favourite wedding present was a blanket, and it was actually that blanket on that chair there. I'll just get it. So it's made out of really chunky yarn that is kind of thick and thin, and it's got these cables, and I didn't exactly copy it. I changed it a bit for my design. Like, I have a garter stitch edging so that when it's blocked it won't curl, and I've got different stitch counts, but it's the same idea. So each column of cables is 6 stitches wide, and then I've got 3 stitches of reverse stocking it in between. So it's actually a 16-row repeat, and we alternate cables like this. So the yarn I'm using is from Bendigo Woolen Mills. I've got the whole packet here. Oh, very heavy. And I bought 7 or 8 skeins of this. It is hand wash, undyed, so it's a natural colour, and it is 250 grams a skein, 100% wool. Doesn't say how much yardage is in each one, but it says 16 ply. So here's the ball. It's not quite as big as my head, but nearly as big as my head. How does YouTube make the thing? Yes, huh? So, and this is partially used, so it's a bit bigger than this one. It's a whole skein. So this is really fun, actually. I'm using my Addi Clicks again. I love these Addi Clicks, and this is 8mm. So I'm a quite loose knitter, so probably a normal person would use 10mm for this this project. But yeah, I feel like with every cable I do, it looks more and more like a blanket. It's just going to be like a throw blanket, like how I use this blanket. I love this blanket. I use it all the time, always snuggling up in this blanket on the couch. So I was hoping to do that for my friend as well. And so far it's turning out pretty nice. This yarn is very strong and sturdy and warm, because it's wool, of course. It is undyed, so I've got to be careful if I'm dyeing yarn that I don't then go and knit some of this with pink hands or something. And I don't think I will dye this. I think it'll stay this cream colour because I think it's just really nice. So I'm actually thinking of writing up this pattern and putting it up on Ravelry so that people can do it, because I think it looks great, personally. Yeah, so that's a nice thing that I am doing. Oh dear, I'm attached to a hairbrush. Yes, I have all sorts of stuff on my table. So that's that blanket. Might knit it a little bit now while I'm talking to you guys. I just did a cable. So yeah, I just did a cable, so I can do a few rows without doing a cable again, which is nice and easy. So, get this out of the way. Oh, what a heavy package that was. Over 2 kilos, or maybe 2 kilos. Okay, so I've been doing some dyeing, which has been really fun. I only had 4 skeins of sock yarn left, so I dyed them all, and I ordered some more today, the other day, so I should be getting a shipment of wool this week, maybe later this week. Oh, it's Easter at the end of this week. Maybe I won't get it. We'll see how we go, but I ordered some sparkly sock yarn, and I ordered some plain sock yarn, and I ordered some sock blanks as well, which I've never done before, so I'm interested to do that. So first up, I've got 2 skeins of the Galah self-striping yarn, and I've done this self-striping in a little bit of a different way. So I've skeined up one. This one over here I haven't skeined up because I wanted to show you what I've done. Just find the darkest part. Okay, so this is how it goes. I started with a very dark pink, and then it is a gradient. So what happens is it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, and then it transitions into the grey and gets darker and darker and darker and darker, and then it gets lighter, 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 then the pink, and then it goes all the way back to the beginning of the circle. So that is the gradient sort of stripe that I'm getting in this yarn. So it should go dark pink to light pink to dark grey to light grey to dark grey and back again. So that's that. I haven't knit any of it, so I don't know how long the stripe would be in a pair of socks, but I'm sure it would be pretty anyway. It would be enough of a stripe to look like a difference. So I really like this. I love the base as well. So that's what I did. Some Galah. So that'll go up in my shop soon. It was really fun to make that. Oh, and you know what was even more fun was doing this one. So this is my first ever rainbowy colour. So what I did was, same sort of thing. It was a gradient pink. Started dipping in this end, and the pink gets lighter towards the top, and I left this part blank, and then I hand painted the rainbow. Looks a bit bodgy up here, but I'm sure it's very pretty knit up. That's the nice thing about knitting hand painted yarn, is that the hand paint doesn't have to be perfect, but it still looks awesome when you knit it. So there's that. I'll never skein it up again. It took me ages. And I did another one of those in a purple kind of colour. So So dark purple, it's not that dark, but darkish purple at the bottom to lighter, and then the rainbow at the top. So I reckon this would look super cool knit up into a pair of socks. So there you go. That's a little bit of dyeing that I did. Now I have got some more yarn that is undyed, but it's a 5-ply, and I wonder if people are interested in buying hand-dyed 5-ply yarn, and if so, what kind of thing would you like me to dye it as? So could you please get in touch with me either on YouTube or on Ravelry or in the group or whatever, and tell me if you'd like 5-ply. I've got, I think, 5 skeins that I can dye, and what you would like it dyed like. Would you like galah? I can do that. That was fun and easy. Would you like rainbow? That was even easier and more fun. So yeah, do let me know what you would like in 5-ply, if anything. If you don't want 5-ply, let me know as well. And you don't have to have any. So, so that's all my dyeing and all of my finished things and all of my current things. So I guess I better tell you about what's been happening the past couple of weeks. It has been a busy few weeks. I've had quite a few concerts and things. Firstly, I had a few concerts at the Botanic Gardens where I played percussion in the rainforest, and that was really fun. It was as part of the Enlighten Festival, which is a festival of lights around town. So that was good. Then I just worked all week, and Tuesday and Thursday we had rehearsals for another concert, and we had a big concert on Friday night, which was fun. Yesterday, which was Saturday, I took my drum kit to lend to a friend's son, because I don't really use my drum kit anymore, and he would get a lot out of it. He's also my student, which is nice, so now he has no excuse not to practice. And then last night was Skyfire, which is the Canberra fireworks night, I guess, where all of Canberra comes out and drives to the lake and sets up picnics and watches Skyfire. And I was going to a different thing in town last night that wasn't Skyfire, but because of Skyfire the roads were all closed and the traffic was insane, so I had a bit of a trial getting in. I got very anxious and stressed about it, but managed to get in, watched a concert. Then we had pizza, which was nice, for dinner. And I actually, as I was driving home from this other concert, Skyfire began, and I saw fireworks from my car while I was driving home. We live quite close to the city, but in a really nice quiet suburb, and I could drive close to the lake and see all of the fireworks, and it was beautiful. So that was nice. And yeah, I'm going to take a little break here and come back with some news. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I've been telling you for a while now that we've got some news, and this is the news. We are going to be moving away from Canberra and away from Australia. We are going to be moving to Norway for 3 years, starting in August. So what happened is my husband, who has just finished his PhD thesis and handed it in and everything, he had been applying for jobs, and he was accepted by a group at the University of Oslo. So we are going to be, he is going to be starting a job there on the 8th of August, and so we are going to be moving probably around the 1st of August, and we're going to be moving to Norway. So isn't that insane? It's pretty crazy. So I've been teaching this term, as you know, and I'll teach next term as well, term 2. But that's it for me. So I've been going around trying to find a good teacher to take over from me when I leave, and because that's what we do when we're music teachers, because like the music department wouldn't know a good percussion teacher, but I might know a good percussion teacher. So I've been thinking about that, what to do, thinking about whether I should cut down on some teaching next term as well, because I'm going to have a lot to do. And I've been trying to get rid of things in our house so that we don't have much to move with, or we don't have much to store at home or back here for when we come back. The plan is at this stage that we will come back to Canberra when we're done, because we like it here and our families are both here, and it's our home. We love it here. But I think it's about time for a nice little adventure overseas. You know, we don't have kids, we're relatively free, and they're going to pay him a good enough wage that means I don't have to work there, but I probably will. Yeah, so there's no plans for me there yet. This is too hot to drink. I just boiled the kettle. Do you like my cup? Knitting is my superpower. There's a lovely lady. No plans for me there yet. We do have a couple of close friends who live there, and they're helping us out with a few things that we don't know about. And yeah, we started our visa process last week. So I'm pretty scared about it. Like, I'm an anxious person to begin with, but this has been causing me a lot of anxiety. As you can probably imagine, it would cause a normal person anxiety, and it causes this anxious person a lot of anxiety. So I'm struggling a bit at the moment to maintain calm every day, but also it's an exciting adventure. I'm going with my husband, where we make a great team. I know there's not much in the world that we can't face if we do it together. Yeah, so that's my news. So if you live in Oslo, or indeed in Norway, please do get in touch. I would like to meet you, and I would like to chat with you on Ravelry and just get a little feel for where I'm going to be moving to. And if you have any tips on what sort of places to start looking at living, because we don't know any of the neighbourhoods or anything there. So if you have any advice on where we can look for renting an apartment, then please let me know. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. It's all at the planning stage right now. But yeah, like I said earlier, I have lent my drum kit out to a student who is the son of a good friend of mine. So they'll look after that for a few years. I've got my xylophone and vibraphone and marimba, and I don't know what's going to happen with those instruments. Like, there's no way that I'm going to sell my xylophone or marimba. My xylophone is 100 years old. There it is. The far one is my xylophone. It's over 100 years old. It's been refurbished. It's like this beautiful instrument. So I won't be selling that, but I may be lending it to a friend. The marimba, which is humongous, will probably go to the person we bought it off, who's actually our old teacher. He sold it because he needed the money, and he was very happy to sell it to us because he knew that it's going into good hands. But probably we'll just kind of give that back to him for a few years, kind of on a loan in a way. And I think he knows that, and I think he's thrilled that he's going to have his marimba back. Yeah, I don't think we'll take any furniture with us because that just seems bonkers. And I think we'll move. We'll first go at the end of July or beginning of August, and I think we'll probably come home for Christmas this year, actually, because I think a 6-month initial stint overseas is long enough for us. And after that, we might stay for a whole year before coming back again. So that's the plan. And I'm pretty scared. So if you have any words of encouragement or stories about when you moved overseas or did a big move, I would love to hear them. So please put them in the show notes or write me a personal message. I'm reaching out to you because I'm really anxious about this, and I would really love to hear some words of encouragement and hope and friendship, because like I have friends here, I have a job that I go to and I see people, but I'm really scared that I'll get there and I'll be isolated and anxious and I don't want that to happen. Of course, I want to have friends and go out and do things and enjoy the fantastic city, because Oslo is a great city. But I have a tendency to be a homebody, and I don't want that to ruin things. And yeah, so I'm hoping that when I'm there I'll be able to do a lot of yarn dyeing, because like I said, I won't have a job initially, so I'll at least do a bit of this. But I don't know about shipping and stuff in Oslo, in Norway, so it could be hard to get things in or out of the country. I think they have some funny customs rules there that may cause problems, but we'll find out. Of course, we'll find out. Yeah, and obviously I'll keep podcasting because it's a good way to connect. So that's my news, and I don't think I have anything else to say. I've had some lovely messages on Ravelry this past couple of weeks from people just saying hello, which was really, really nice, and I appreciated that a lot. Yeah, so thank you, and please do get in touch because I'd love to hear from people. Yeah, these yarns will go up in the shop like today or tomorrow, probably today. So do go and have a look if you're interested. I just think this was really fun to make this one, and yeah, I got really into it. It took quite a while, but it was still really, really fun. So I hope you enjoy the efforts that I took. There we go. I did make one little mistake, like some of that's not backwards, but like there were a couple of strands that somehow got backwards. So I've got a purple, I've got the rainbow backwards on this one because it was clearly on the wrong side of the loop when I did it, and then when I after I'd dried it and everything and got it in the right order, I realized, hey, that's on the wrong side. But that's okay. I don't think it would make much of a difference when you knit it up, because it's just going to be little stripes of rainbow and one will just go the other way, which is kind of cute. So anyway, that's all I've got for this week. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or anything in the Ravelry group. So you have a really nice week. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much for all your support. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.